Hello everybody, it's Flesson19 and welcome back to Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord. Okay, so this will be the final episode before we become a Vassal. I'm going to cut this video up because it's going to contain multiple things. So I want to cut this up and so I could go ahead and just bring you the best of the best. I've already gotten my trade up to 106, level 16, and as I feared, starting out lower levels, you don't get as much EXP, so it's harder to level. So you really want to try to concentrate on, getting certain skills up higher, not specializing in a bunch of skills, because it's counterproductive to gaining raw experience. The higher up you go, the more EXP you get, so it's easier to level. I staggered about level 11 really bad, and just doing this, riding around and doing a few things, and of course my steward being really high and now my trade getting up, I flew in levels. So the bad thing is the companions. You could see right there, that's 2200. That is absolutely freaking phenomenal, and I am not joking. That is massive. You can see from my shops, I am doing damn near 1,000 on my shops. I have 400 in wages. Subtract that, that is 600. That means on this day, I made 1,600 with 6 caravans. If you do the math, that's maybe 250 each, maybe, in a day. And I'm telling you right now, that's a big freaking number. You just wait and watch what happens. It's gonna plummet. The prices are so bad right now. It's ridiculous. There you go. Down to 1,800, and it will keep going down. Most of the time I'm running between 900 and 1,500 a day. Actually, I think it's a half a day, but still, I mean, that is just 2,000. Wow, actually went up. Now, I don't know if they have implemented that trade actually does do a lot for it. Oh, wow, it actually shows her in my group. Is she actually in my group? No, she's not. She's old enough, by the looks of this. Oh, this is new. She wasn't showing before. However, look at her. Her stats are so low and she has so little green that I think it's going to be hard for her to level. I would actually like to take time to try to make her level and see what she could do. Obviously she's one-handed. She's got a little bit of riding. And she's got steward. So I wonder if she's going to actually try to make a group. But as you can see, my little brother is not in there yet. That's my little sister. So that's actually very new. I just noticed that. I don't know if trade makes a big difference when it comes to profits. That I don't know yet. That's going to be a full separate test that I'm going to have to do on a trader build. And in a trader build, what I do is I take companions and I throw everything into trade and I try to get them up to the 100, 150 each. So I'm not sure about that. So for the moment, I'm just continuing with my trading. For the moment, you can see how much I have. I only have 60,000 to that, but I did buy a couple things. I bought me my second to best bow. I got me a two-hander. Still haven't found a axe yet, which sucks. Executioner's axe hasn't been available. But as you can see, look at all the stuff that I have. That's all been built up. You can see right there, how many days is that? 4,000 days of food. So you get to the point when you're like right now where I'm at, where you want to look at possibly just selling it off and not buying anymore. So that's where I might get to that point where I'm really close to. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this video up. 30 is a bit low. Even though it says green, it is a bit low. I'm going to cut this up only into sections to show you the best of the best is what I'm going to end up doing. Now, I did go on the forums, and they are actually aware of the problem where you're unable to have your wife create a party. She's not there. See, there's your little sister. Now your sister can actually make a party. Wow. So they are aware of that, and they are working on it. So what I plan to do in this entire huge freaking episode is I'm going to continue to do my trading and try to get my trading up maybe to about 130, 140, because there's so much raw EXP that sits here. It's ridiculous. And then I am going to... I do need to make a party. I'm going to need to make a party or two and then work my leadership. And then I want to get clan tier 4 because that gets me an additional party, another workshop, and additional troops. So all of that is going to be combined into this one single episode. I got that trade done, so learning limit 120. I could go to 130, 140, but I'm not really worried about it. My steward is pretty much near capped out. I really wish I could have got the extra companion, however that perk is not working right now. So you can see I'm almost 18, but the real big thing is this and this. That is a lot of points. So the trouble is deciding what to put into next. Do I put into charm or do I put into leadership? And I kind of think I want to put into leadership because I want that to go as fast as possible. I definitely do want to get at least one more point into charm at a minimum, possibly two. Then after that, realistically, it's just worrying about putting my last point into riding, getting a couple into two-handed, and then of course we definitely have to work athletics because that's what we're going to be doing in sieges. Once I get this clan tier 4, which I'm going to be working on next, I'll have 2 guys out doing that. I'm getting 4 days from my profitable workshops because of my trade perk, and then I'm going to start doing some extortion by deserters, and I want to hit clan tier 4 next. You look at the prices of food. As you can see, fish, this is a place that supplies fish, 13, and it's green. And it shows it's a lot cheaper than market value. So the prices are going a little bit wacky. That I'm just actually buying, I'm going to hold on to. A lot of this I'm going to keep because I'm going to soon pull guys into my group and they're going to consume a lot of this. Mainly what I'm getting rid of is I use this to get some, I use some of that charcoal and hardwood to gain some skill points. That's what I did with that. Mainly looking to get rid of this clay and flax. I'm getting close to level, oh no, I just leveled again. I hit that and I actually did that into charm. I'm 18, but as soon as I start doing this with leadership and charm, I'm going to skyrocket past 20. I just have to sit and decide where do I want to put the points. I kind of wanted to put a little more into roguery since I only have it at 40. So it's kind of bogged down right now at a 1x learning rate. But really what I'm looking at more is I kind of want to max these out as far as two-handed, riding, athletics, leadership, and charm. So that's what, 3, 4... I would say 5, maybe 6, and then a couple there, so that's about 8. That takes me up to level 27. Is that going to be viable? I don't know. I don't know how the new system is, but it definitely seems that the higher you go up, you gain levels a lot faster because you're gaining points a lot faster. As you can see here, look how much it takes to go up one level. 27,000. But then you look at this, what it takes to go up one level, and that's 90,000. So it's really going up. So I'm not sure. I'm going to have to really watch this because I do want to go two-handed. I want an executioner's axe, especially the heavy, because it's really good against cavalry. You get up next to him, you hit him with that axe, and it is devastating. So I got the band back together. I took them off their caravans. We're starting our last push before we can start joining a faction. I got 2 groups running, and as you can see, I am losing money. That's why it was so important for me to stock up as much as I did, which I ended up getting $500,000. Right now what I need to do is I actually have to go down and meet the Ragged. He was not supposed to run a group, but because he got taken out by looters, I had just went ahead and had him run a group so I could get the people started. Which, there is a way to actually grab all those troops and to go ahead and switch them over to a new person. You just actually have to go find your guy once you go ahead and disband his group. And if you're interested, I can show you that. I just have to find out exactly where he is in a moment. He is somewhere around here. I'm getting really, really close. He was right here, but of course that was like 3 days ago. So there's no guarantee he is here. And now he is patrolling around Poros. So he is somewhere in this area. Where, I don't know, but he is somewhere here. There you are, buddy. Okay. So, what you do is you walk up to him. Unless he is, of course, this damn fast. Okay, he's that fast. So, we gotta go into the keep to go talk to him. So, we will go talk to him. Now, what you do is you inspect his troops. And then you take all of his troops. It's going to put you over, but don't worry about that. That's fine. We can handle that. Just as long as you don't let time go by, you're going to be fine. Yeah, we're over the limit. Yeah, that's fine with me. This is also the only way in which you can go ahead and adjust people's levels as well. That's the problem that you have. So let's see, who is our guy that is going to make a group? It is... Is the Brave ready? No, the Falcon. Unfortunately, he still has low steward. That's the only problem with him, but I got screwed because Leanna can't make a group right now. So the Falcon is going to go ahead and make our group. So let's make sure that we don't have the Falcon as doing any one of these because it will screw it up. Now we'll go ahead and we will, first of all, disband his party. Now we can go ahead and create a party with the Falcon. And now we can give him all those troops that we just took away so we don't lose them. We're just giving him them all back. Done. Now the Falcon, who we wanted to have a group, now he is out and about. And now all we have to do is find out what happened to the Ragged, which we might not know this second. See, he's holding. So all we do is we just go into here. We go, wait a minute. And it'll tell us exactly where he went. That is how you can change people out and get their levels done, because right now there's no other way to actually level people when they have a party created. You have to basically just get rid of it. So that pretty much sucks. Caravans are even worse. Okay, he is staying at Lycaron. So now we can go head up to Lycaron and go pick him up. We're getting really close, as you can see. Once I get that clan tier, then I just have to do a bunch of figuring, but I wanted to bring you some updates. First of all, as far as the traits are concerned, I wanted to hit this really quick because I've had this happen before. You start out with 3 traits, and it seems like 2 of them go away. It could be my playstyle, but as you look, Honorable 2, that trait actually went up. So I'm not sure how things are working with traits, but it appears a little bit is working. Now, the main issue that I wanted to deal with First, we're into the troops really quick. I got 2 of my parties going. They're doing okay. They'll go up big time in the next one because we get an additional 15, so that'll help out a lot. So I got everybody basically ready to go. But what I really, really wanted to touch on was your brother and sister. As the game progresses, you can actually put them in your group. As you can see right here, I actually put them in my group because I wanted to just test it out. Now, they don't start with a lot of focus points in a ton of areas, but they start out at level 0 or level 1, however you want to call it. So I decided to go ahead, put them in my group, and check out and see how well they can do. The one thing that I will say, the thing that's advantageous on putting them in your group, they start out with equipment that is comparable to what your wife has. And this is like no freaking joke. Look at this equipment. Look at the barding. 6 chain barding, I'm not positive. That's either the first or the second best in the game. And I put a 2-hander on him because I want him to go 2-handed. But let me show you what his 2-handed weapon, or his 1-handed weapon was. There's his 1-handed weapon that he starts with. Take a look at that price. 126,000 it's worth. Your sister, she's the same way. Hers isn't as good. As you can see, it's only 1,100. But she starts out with... actually, her gear is not as good. Oh no, her gear is definitely not as good as his. But she starts out with Pure Blood Horse, which is not bad. And she does get the Chain Horse harness, which is a 56, which you can see what that is worth. That's worth like 80 grand. So it can be advantageous, and for now I am going to keep them in my group because I want to see actually how they level, and so far they are not doing shabby at leveling, as you can see. And they're only level 4, so they have a long way to go. I'm working a little bit of their steward right now so they can gain some levels. But they do have skills in quite a few areas, and he had hardly none. That's why I switched him over to 2-handed. I could have kept him 1-handed with that, but I prefer to go 2-handed because my guys are going to be horse archers. Looking at your little brother and sister, your sister gets older. She's older, so she can actually join your party first. But right now, getting them into the group seems like really cool because this is actually what I had an idea for companions to be, like how they used to be back in the warband days when they were really low level and you could build them up into what you wanted to, and I've suggested that to Tail Worlds. So right now I'm extremely happy, and if your children can do the same thing that these kids are doing, in which they have skills learning just like that, I could have a pretty wicked army, because if you look at how many kids that we have, she's not pregnant right now. I have 2, 4, 6, 7. I have 7 kids. I got virtually everything done. I got my clan tier 4. I got my 4th workshop. I actually have my kids doing, or my little sister and brother doing really, really well. I actually put a video up about them in a separate one. It's on my channel, and I show you the progression from when you first get them until they actually spawn and you can use them, and they contain some really nice equipment like that sword. So I have 3 groups going. I'm not happy about one of them. 2 of them I had them grab Empire troops because I'm going to worry about a little bit of the cavalry and a lot of the archers. And the other one I had Battanian troops. That I wasn't too happy with. I should have went with Kuzite because they have so many horses. That one I might regret later on. So I'm at the point right now where what's left to do, still sitting at level 21, is this. Once I do this, I'll be ready to go. So what I'm going to do is I waited to make sure that he didn't have too many wars going on, because this is the most vulnerable part of actually doing this, is your troops getting caught up and getting captured. So right now they're only at war with the Aserai and a minor faction. So I'm going to go ahead and join him. Okay. Now, I believe this is 1. I don't know if they're doing it in 1.4.2. I know somebody said they weren't able to do it in earlier versions. But now that I have joined, I can actually go here. I want to get out of town to do this, so I do not want to be in town. You can go to a castle. Now we want to create an army. Now you want to pull in just your companions. That's my brother. Boom, boom, and that's it, right? 3? I think that's it. Once they get here and start forming, you will see that my leadership will absolutely skyrocket. I have it. I'm full into it right now. There you go. You can see it. That. And to show you something I have going on right now, I held on to some troops for a while. And by troops, I mean these. I held on to them for quite a while. And I am actually going to build them up, which is really easy to do against looters. It doesn't matter if it's 40 of them. And that, of course, to go along with my Aserai archers, which you can see how many are ready to go to master archers. I'm going to be an absolute ranged machine, this group will be. These are ready to convert right now, but I have to get that 125 to do it. So, as long as they are your wife, your brother, any of your companions, meaning anyone in your clan, it does not cost any influence to raise cohesion. That is my one concern right now. As you can see, I'm losing 1,100 a day, and that is with very profitable shops. As you can see, my shops are pulling in probably close to 1,200 a day, and I'm still losing upwards of over 1,000 a day. So being that I am sitting here at 160,000, that only leaves me 160 days, and I'm broke. So I do have to plan out, and you can see right there my leadership. It's 15, it's 16, and I have 2 more coming. It is going to absolutely skyrocket. I wouldn't be shocked if I gained 2 or possibly 3 full levels on this. But yeah, by you getting in a castle, they don't get food. If you stay in a town, they can get food. And that is why I save so much food up at the end of my trading session. And to show you how much trade I actually got, I only had 2 points into trade. And my cap is 130. I could probably hit 170 in trade. I could probably get this and this both, which insurance plans is really nice. However, that is going to take quite a while to do. I wish those guys would hurry up. Oh, there we go. Less than 23 hours away. And that one is too damn hard to see. I guess that's 2 days away. So they're on their way. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sit here. And I am going to be raising my leadership. At least till I hit 125. Then when I hit 125, I'm going to end up leaving the Kuzites. You can see how it is absolutely skyrocketing. It's getting disciplinarian. That is the most important part right now. Because then I can take all those bandits that I got sitting down here and I can convert them into Fions. There is a big gap in between the last update that you're going to see, the one right before this on this video, and this one now. And we're talking probably about 4 or 5 days. So I wanted to bring you up to speed. Now, right before this final update, there was another update I had. However, for some reason, the sound was really, really low. I don't know why. So I scrapped that part of it. And I am now going to bring you up to speed on exactly what's happening. At this point right now, I am ready to become a vassal. We're ready to start going. However, a 1.4.3 hotfix was just released today. And I actually posted a video about that hot fix that I suggest you check out. I've had some discussions with Mexico, and we got him to decrease the trade barter penalty from 10% to 8%. I'm also working on some other things with him because that's his specialty. So I will also leave a link to the forum post. But what happened is I'm ready to go now. And I'm thinking, okay, I got 750,000. I am ready to go. Then when that hotfix dropped, I want to show you what happened. Right down here is how much money you make. I was making 3,000 to 4,000 a day building up. Let's go up to town, and now let's watch for this number. Just keep watching for it down here. And you're going to see something absolutely amazing. Come on, do it before we get to town. There you go. 6,151. And I'm telling you right now, that's low. That is extremely low. This says projected 5,300. See, this is as of the second. Those numbers increase. That is not how much you get. So if another caravan goes to town and he makes 500, this will jump up to 5,892. So I'm gonna wait here just a moment, and I'm gonna wait for the next day so you guys can see this. But I highly suggest you check that video out. Highly suggest it. I'll leave a link at the end of this video, and I'll also put it down in the description. So there you go, 5,900. I've had as high as 8,500. I went from 3,000 to 4,000 a day to 6,000 to 8,000 a day. I'm going to spend a little bit of time trading and building up money, especially while I have 7 caravans running. I will also link a description at the end of the video to how to create a caravan. That is part of the reason as to why this took so long, is because I was doing some testing to figure out what's the best settings to run on a caravan, and I figured it out. And if you run caravans, I highly recommend that, because running that certain setup that I'll show you can double your profits, and that is no joke. You can double your profits. Don't think just because now this patch dropped, and let's say you're making 2,000, oh, I'm happy. No. You see what I'm making now with 7? You can make a lot. If I got the next clan tier and did this all right and dropped my army down a bit, I can make close to 10,000 a day. So I highly suggest you check that out. There's also a problem with your family. As you remember earlier in this part of the video, that they start at level 1. I actually, in doing my testing, had my little brother start out as a, he was bugged how companions used to be bugged earlier, where a bunch of their stats were 150, and he had all of his attribute and focus points sitting right here ready to go. He had 19 and he had 5. And he had no gear. So he didn't have that great sword, that great two-hander that I got. So just be aware that it is bugged. I did submit a post on the forums, and they did say that they would notify the team. So if you don't get a companion that is, that level 1 and they happen to be crappy, they know about it. Like, I also posted a video about how good these guys can actually level, and as you can see, let's pull up my little brother. As you can see, he's got focus points sitting there, he's got focus points sitting there, and then watch this. He's got scouting, he's got a bunch of tactics, some medicine, and a ton of steward. He's as good as running, he's going to be running my groups. And he's only level 13. There is a bug right now with scouting. Companion or parties that you run, they gain tactics, roguery, everything they gain. They do not gain scouting. That is also a bug that I have submitted, and the team has been notified about it. So my little brother and my little sister will be running groups. So if you do get one bug, just be weary that they know about this. So at this point, I'm going to keep trading for a bit. I don't know how long I'm going to trade for. At this point, I could wait another couple 100 days and get enough money that I could go ahead and outfit all my people with the best gear. I practically have the best gear myself right now. I went ahead and outfitted myself. I mean, as you can see, 34. You know, I pretty much have the best gear right now. I got one of the best bows you can get. It doesn't appear noble bows and heavy executioner's axes are spawning right now. I know the executioner, the lower version, that has spawned. I have not been able to get it yet. So I'm going to keep trading for a bit, and then I'm going to get my little brother and sister, and then my big brother. They are going to be the ones that are going to be running the parties, because right now your wife cannot run a party. So that way I'll have the companions with me. You can see all the kids we got. Yeah, they just keep going. She just doesn't stop. I actually got Leanna where she just, but actually she's now getting, she's only another couple years away from being able to have her in my group. And I don't know what her stats and everything is going to look like, or what gear she's going to have. That could be pretty amazing. So you could see he's still too young. I can't remember at what age they become this. I don't know if it's 10, 11, 12. But Lessa was my first. How old is Lessa? She might be just too far away. She probably won't hit until the end of the playthrough. Yeah, she's only 10. She's still got 8 years. And there is another bug with that as well. I forgot to submit on the forums. Right now, you do a full year goes by, and I noticed that my little brother and sister would actually, their birthday would be a year and a season pass. So, meaning if he was autumn of 1, next year it wouldn't be autumn, it would be winter of 1 before he'd go. And then the year after that, spring. So it's almost like birthdays are every 5 seasons, not every year, not 4 seasons. So that's a little messed up right now. I haven't submitted that. So this will be the final update. It's been a long time since I posted the video, but I wanted to go ahead and put this update in. I'm going to go ahead and get this all uploaded. And then in the next video, it will be time to become a ruler. Well, we're going to join as a vassal. As you can see, things are changing very rapidly. As time goes on, the Khuzaits still going crazy. Aserai are now starting to really pound in. And as you can see, the Empire is almost gone. If it was me right now, I'd love to join the Empire. Because I would like to take the Empire and try to get them a little bit bigger. So I don't, I mean, right now it looks like I'm going to have to face 1, 2, 3 massive powers. I would rather weaken everybody else and strengthen the Empire so it's a little more even, because the bigger they get, the more armies they're going to have. So hopefully the Empire can hold on, and I'm thinking of joining just the Empire for the moment. But we'll see what happens when I go ahead and get done trading. So I will leave the links in the description below, and at the end of this video, I highly, highly recommend you check them out. Especially with the caravans, because it is major, major news. Virtually doubling profit. Caravans are big again. So this will be the final update. I will see you guys in the next episode when it is time to become a vassal. As always, take care, and thanks for watching.